It is a brisk winter's morning. The sun's just coming up over the hillside. Come along as we explore Warm Springs Mountain Lookout Tower. It's a beautiful start to the trail. Down here along the side we have a little creek which is flowing with water. Looks like probably during heavy rains you're going to get some trickling down that waterfall back there. And it's all oak lined. Look at this. Something about oak trees are just gorgeous. It's a nice little shaded canyon for now. Eventually we're gonna get up above the oak trees and into the sun and be a little bit more exposed. This is an old grandma oak tree. Look at that. Lots of places to climb. Looks like David thinks he found something up here.
We have blocks here and lots of metal rings. My best guess is it used to be a water tank. The rings are what held the sides together.
Here's that piping David was talking about, which is at a higher elevation than the water tank. So he's thinking we're almost there. There's a spring up ahead. Spring went downhill through this pipe and into the water tank. Oh wow, look at that. The discrepancy is it a mine entrance or is it a spring? Maybe it's both. Wow, that water looks pretty deep. Maybe 3 or 4 feet. "10 degrees cooler in the shade." See the trail. It's Old Forest Road behind me. And we got a lot of shade here, so just laid out and gonna have some lunch. There's Necktie Basin, this meadow looking area right down there, about 400 feet below us, and I just spotted a creek that runs through it, so good spot for backpacking, except for us. Not sure how it happened, but nobody brought a water filter. You gonna do it?
Thinking about it still.
Pretty steep.
Very steep.
The tower's right up on top though.
It is.
We decided on taking the shortcut, which is just shy of vertical. Yeah. Just shy of 90 degrees.
Iron Mountain.
Iron Mountain on the west side of the Angeles. Alright, we are on the approach trail. Just came up the ridge line where the fire break is. And there she stands. Warm Springs Mountain Fire Lookout Tower. No cab, but that's okay. It's pretty cool to see at least the platform and the structure. Going up. Watch that step.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Here's that step that's missing. The whole platform. Look at that. It actually feels pretty sturdy. The metal part anyways. Any of the wood sections, forget about it. Ain't messing with that. Alright, we need to go around this. There we gonna move that board. Oh yeah, definitely not trusting this wooden plank. No way. I'm surprised the railing still stands. That's quite amazing. Whoa, it's really starting to rock in the wind. The winds have really picked up. I can feel it moving now. It's a tiny little shake to it. This is what I hit my head on right here coming up. But let's open that up for Mr. Huck Outdoors. Now this was a fully functioning fire lookout tower, and in its heyday it did eventually burn down, come to its demise right around, it was 1987, the year my sister was born. So from the 1930s to 1987, the cab was still here, and it was a wooden frame cab. It's pretty neat to see at least the structure still standing. I don't know why I like fire tower lookouts so much. I think it has something to do with the old movie Cliffhanger. Pretty sure that's where it's coming from. Cliffhanger, yeah. Great movie, and they were stationed out there in those fire towers, and I just thought, wow, those things exist. I hadn't known about them up until then. So ever since though, just thought they're the neatest thing. And now I volunteer at one, which is a lot of fun too. Don't do it! Nope. They're up there jumping around on that rotten wood. No, thank you. I'm okay. I got the butterflies. I was down here signing the logbook and found this. I've seen this at other burn locations. So this is a piece of metal that got so hot it just melted, and it captured everything around it. So there's all these little rocks and gravel bits in there. That's it for the lookout tower. We gotta head back down and find camp. Didn't see too many spots on the way up. I know about a mile down there's a nice flat area, and if it's sheltered enough from this wind, which seems to be coming from the north, then I think that probably be a good spot. That was the plan. Come out here and spend the night, use some new gear. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. This is camp. We got views down that way. Sun will be coming up there. And we got some views off in this direction where the sun is still shining. And look at this great flat spot. Jason brought out his Six Moons Design Haven. Now this is a 2-person tent, and we used it once before in Little Lakes Valley. It worked out. There's plenty enough room, as you can see in there. What I wanted to show you guys was my new air mat, and that's the Sea Summit Etherlite XT. On one end, your pump sack comes out, and on the other end, you bring out the air mattress. So I've blown this up at home, and it felt pretty good, but this will be the first time that I'm taking it out on trail, which I'm pretty excited about. Mostly because of the width. You guys have seen this before, right? Great design, I love it. Well, you know what, Jason? Hopefully we do fit in here. The last time we were both in here, we both had 20-inch wide pads. He's got a 25-inch wide thermarest, and this one's 25-inch, so I guess we'll find out. All right, well, check it out. So it just doesn't quite fit. Yeah, there's a couple inches of overlap right here, 2 to 3. Let's give this a dry run. Okay. We got a lot of headroom. I like that. Jason's dressing his mat because he likes to play with dolls.
No.
I got this from Flat Cat Gear. This one I have not used out in the trail yet. The Foster's pot I had already picked up for $1 with the lid and this storage cover. And this is over at a used gear sale, which is actually brand new. And then I got this set up from John. It's got the tea light inside. I'm going to use denatured alcohol. It's got the 2 little pot stands which come in from the side. And this acts as a wind block. And we also got the heat deflector underneath. Heat deflector, stove I'm using, little tea light. This goes on top. And then the Foster's just fits perfectly in there. This whole thing right here was coming in at, what was it? I think it was 3 ounces. And that's a full setup. The only other thing I would have to add to that is my fuel. This is a 4-ounce little bottle, and that's going to be just enough. It's actually probably a little too much, but I'm okay with having a little extra. That's my cook system for today, and I'm pretty excited to get to use this one. Okay, it's been probably 2 minutes, maybe, if that. You can see the flames coming up the side. It's already boiling. I know it's just a little bit of water, but what helps is how thin this Foster's can is. So look at that. Have I told you lately? Have I? Well, pretty lucky to have these guys to come out on the trail with. They are always willing to do something fun, and this has been a pretty cool day. Another successful trip out to the mountains. Fun adventure. So thank you guys if I haven't told you lately.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
So many firsts. What a great way to start out the year. So these are my new purple down booties that I got. Let's see, these are Goose Feet gear, and thank you to Jason. This was my Merry Christmas. Gracias.
You're welcome.
What I'm gonna do is not wear any socks in them, just to try it out and see how I do. And if I need to put some on later, that won't be a problem. But I just want to see how warm they'll get without a layer of socks on. Do you guys know how it goes? Good night. Good morning. So, it was a warm night, let me tell you. And it wasn't specifically one item, but I did have my 0 degree, that one, and that was really warm. This felt pretty nice, and it was in the 40s out. It didn't really get too cold. The winds actually died down, and then it just felt warm. I had to layer down and layer down. On this mat was very comfortable. The width was perfect. Yeah, this one's definitely good for now. That was the first run. I mean, look how wide it is. But I look forward to using this one out in the trail more. So let me show you the map. Didn't get to show you yesterday. I'm just using this one, San Gabriel Mountains map. That's a Wilderness Press. But I wanted to show you this list over here. So it says physical features, parks, monuments, forests, wilderness, and wildlife areas. That to me is insane. Look at how many places that I need to visit. When anyone ever tells you what is there to do out there in the mountains, here you go. Great list of things to do right here. We've made it down to the canyon floor, and we're surrounded by these beautiful oak trees. We're just about a mile from the car. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you'd like to join me on my next adventure, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you. Till next time.